Whoosh! Good morning, ladies. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the most evil version that I ever created. And to my mind, it's not gonna be super evil, so I made it dramatic. So, but it's you basically read it from the thumbnail. It's called "What If Deku" or Evil Deku had the powers of Whitebeard. Yes, the one man that could suit them all. Oh, this man right here. This man. His power. Yeah. So, these. Oh, I am not gonna use his abilities. Or, so. Reason why This is what I'm gonna say. I kinda nerfed his, Delfruit thing. Or give it a buff by taking away losing ability to swim. So, plus, if you really think about it, who really has to punch in water, if there's no ground? Anyway, so yeah. So, I'm also adding zooming into this what if, so that would be a bad idea, but hey, that's how a script goes. So, okay, Zugu and Zumi were born. And so I am not going to go over the Quark Doctor thing, because that's kind of getting boring. So, I'm going to skip that stuff. But so the Quark Doctor does say to him that he is quirkless thing, but that's a lie. What he has for a quirk is humanity, his own humanity. Once that breaks, then his real fun begins. Yeah. So then Bakugo, let's say on the playground, Bakugo was bullying him, telling him that he's quirkless, Deku, and making threats to him. As when Zuko was basically, he was at age of 5 when he got picked on by Bakugo. As Zuko says, not as when he flare his arms around, but when he smacked the back of his hand. You know how Whitebeard has his fist is closed, but when he because how sad he was, he ends up hitting with an open hand. He ends up hitting the or he does the same thing what Whitebeard did, but with a backhand and to the sky. Yeah. As the then the tremors happen, and yeah. And but when I'm trying to find a picture, you know how like he does, you know how like he hits the entire city, or no, hold on, I'm trying to find. You know how like the attack destroys a building? Only? Yeah. Well, when Zuko punched, or when he backhand the up in the air, like he did slap Bakugo, oh, and plus his hand, backhand, not very hard though, but yeah, when he like hits the back of his hand, as it caused a giant shock wave through the entire, like, half of the city, like, half of Japan was in ruins. Like, literally, you know that one scene where Demon, or not Demon, you know how Shiraki-sen used his when he woke his powers up, or when his quirk awakened, and it destroyed the entire, spoilers if you haven't seen it, it destroyed the entire surrounding areas. Well, Zuko was on a whole nother level. He basically destroyed half of Japan with that backhand. As he basically threw a tantrum on him, like, you always picked on me. I mean, since after the Quark Doctor thing. But that's not fair. Every Quarkless should have same rights as you guys. As Zuko, who says, as he stomps his foot hard, as it caused another avalanche, or like basically a tremor, as everyone was scared. Out of their minds. So then Bakugo's friends at a time, here. The ones with, like, people like him and long finger guys. He's ended up like basically at a time, all three of them all three of them, like the Batwing, let's say Bakugo, and the long finger guys, this guy, and the so was bullying him. But then when they turn, or one guy looks behind Zuko, as his face frozen, as he reached over, taps on the long finger guy, as the long finger guy says what? As he points. What? As he turns, looks behind, and he was frozen. As he uses his long finger, taps on Bakugo's shoulder, owner, and Bakugo's was like, what? Huh? As he turns around, or at, like when he told or asked them, as the guy or both guys says, look behind Zuko. Okay. As he turns around, or no, he looks like at, or so Bakugo looks at what was behind Zuko. His face was frozen. It was in. He saw everything destroyed. Like half of the, like Japan was destroyed. Yeah. Bakugo was shocked. What are you staring at? As Zuko says. As Bakugo points, like, does a little turnaround. As Zuko turns around, and he has a similar shock as what he just did. He didn't even realize it. Until, like, it was too late. Everything that was, like, half of Japan was destroyed. Like, it was, how I put this? It was like, it got, like, bombarded. Like someone just grabbed a eraser, a like super giant eraser, and just erased half of the design. And when Zuko did, he was like, okay. As Zuko, of course, no one knew who, or so the news company was like, what, like, was recording the, like, a newscast thing. Then that happened. It just happened today, and breaking news. Some random villain just came out of nowhere and destroyed a half of the city. Yeah. So then Zuko gets more sad, like depressed, because he hides himself or his powers. Only people that do know, that actually are still friends with him, is Bakugo and the Batwings guy. I always call him Batwings because, or Dragon Wings, or, yeah. Ends up, yeah. Still calls him, like, Zuko, but Bakugo says, how about Tremor for you? Zuko Tremor is your nickname. I like it. So then Zuko and them became friends, but everyone else, so Bakugo and his friends, the ones that were with him at the time, was as not picking on him because of that, what happened. But everyone else is picking on him. Like, you are quirkless. They wouldn't accept you as into UA. Nezuko, so much pain is going through him. As so then he was about to do like what every canon version Zuko does. But All for One saved his life. Instead of so he says, I know that I heard through the grapevines means that you're the most powerful destruction ever made or was ever born in this universe. And guess who says that? All for One. Yeah. So, when Zuko of course, he was abandoned by his parents. And he was like, always got picked on by his classmates, so he gave up being a hero. And Bakugo is still his friend, no matter what. Yeah, so then Zuko, as Bakugo encourages him, you can become a hero, no matter what. As Bakugo says, I don't see you as a classmate or a friend. I see you as my own brother. Okay? I know that I would rather work with you than against you. Okay? As the long finger guy says, me too. I would rather work with you. Me three. As a Batwings guy says, Because I do not want to be on the other end of that ever again. But it was not enough because how painful how much pain he's going through. So, All for One recruited him as a villain. But he got more than he bargained for. And by the way, his powers. So his quirk is actually his limit, called humanity. That's his limit. But if you remove his limit, then he will end up going from being a normal, quirkless person to being absolute one of the tippity top, above All for One, and symbol of evil. I mean, tippity top means it's way, way up there. Like, that's why. So Zuko was basically, yeah. But his sister Zumi goes to UA as Bakugo, first of all, Zumi really, because Inko and Sashi kept him away for so long that they ended up forgetting forget who they are. Yeah, so, yeah. Perfect time. So, yeah. So, one day, Zuko and... So one day, after Zumi thing, and so let's say, Yoshe, they walk in, they get ambushed, but Zuko was in, like here. Villain deku. Zuko was in a nice suit. Like, literally a nice, good-looking suit. As he says, this is gonna be fun. Ezuku, because during that time skip thing, all the villains were like wondering what happened to the half of a city. As Kirigiri asks All for One, oh, it's by this young man that I recruited. His name is Zuko Midoriya. Or his villain name is called Tremor Man. He caused it when he was just a child. It's good to recruit. So then So then, yeah. So Zuko has a sword. Because he learns how to channel his powers into an I can't even say it. In an omniject or object, basically. And Zuko just can use his in channeling his power. As so then at USJ, or actually let's say all the villains, or during the time skip, also all the villains heard that Zuko was the one that destroyed half of the city. As they're like, we respect ya. Every dude do not use that power on us. Okay? As they really did. They respected him. They don't want to get on his bad side. So when Zuko, who was in a nice suit with a katana on the side, as all for. So when they show up, Bakugo recognizes Zuko. Zuko or Tremor, is that you? As he starts giggling. Yeah, it's me, alright. What are you doing? I became a villain. It's not because of you or it's not because of you or the old friends of yours. Bakugo. Or Han. It's because of everyone else. As Eraserhead says, do you know that guy? Yeah. Or 13 says that. Yeah. And be very careful with him. What? He's more dangerous than the villains that came with him. What do you mean? As Class 1A, Class 1B are wondering, and they're like scared. Here. Class 1A, shock on faces. So when everyone asked Bakugo that question, as Zuko answered, they don't know about my powers, As the villains turn, they know that he's gonna use it. As he enchannels the sword, or enchanneled his power through this sword, and he says, Tremor, slice! As he sliced. When he did that, it caused such a bad shockwave that it destroyed half of USJ, half of the town, as everyone was flying in the air. Because or everybody got shot backwards. As they all fell, landing through buildings after buildings. As Bakugo was the only one that was, or a couple of them landed safely. Some of them just ran or went right through buildings that were still standing. As Bakugo gets up, or as he says, the reason why I called him the Tremor Man, or Tremor Her Man, is because of the power that he displayed. He caused, so he says 10 years ago, as Bakugo says, 10 years ago, he was that one that was spread around the news? Yeah. But some of them realized, wait, caused by one man? Yes, as Bakugo says, that one man that displayed his powers was none other than him. But his real name is Zuko Midoriya. As all the villains that were like, that was right behind him, saw how powerful he really gets, and they're like, yoo-hoo! That was some power level. Oh. And plus, he had that custom-made blade so that it can rebuild itself if it was destroyed. Now, let's get to the funny part. Oh, yeah, in part 2. So, peace out, y'all.